Hi guys, today I'm here with a Sephora haul slash try on. I picked up a few things in this like surprise sale that felt like it came out of nowhere. I was home in Newfoundland when it happened and I picked up a few things online, of course. I almost always purchase my Sephora and anything I can online because I get my ebates, I get my cash back. If you've never used that, I'll link to it down below. And you get like bonuses, and I just like ordering things online. So I picked up the Aina palette, I've got the Pat McGrath foundation, I've got a concealer that I've been trying to buy for like 100 years, so let's go ahead and get started. I actually haven't done any skincare yet. I just washed my face. If I'm being totally honest with you, I just filmed another video, washed my face, and came back here to film another video because this package came in. I didn't actually pick this up, but it is the Tiger Grass Serum. It was sent to me by Dr. Jart. So I figured I would just use a few other newish products while we're here. And if you're like, you lied to me, then my apologies. But I figured I would try this out. This is a serum that's supposed to be good for sensitive skin. Feels really, ooh, the texture is so nice. It's like a really silky, watery kind of texture. For my moisturizer, I did get this. This was a Point Perk. It is the Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. I figured this would be good for travel. I'm always looking for good light moisturizers, especially if they come in travel format. I mean, you can always put a moisturizer in a little container, but I like the actual minis, you know? So I figured I would try this out, and I don't often spend my points. Look, let me know how you feel about it. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. If you like light moisturizers, you'll like this. I never spend my points because it just never feels worth it. But I felt like this time around there was actually some decent samples and decent Point Perks, which is rare. So I got that water cream. And then for samples, I picked up this Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. Again, I thought that would be good for travel. And then the Farsali drops. I like the Skin Tune. I've never tried the Unicorn Essence or the Rose Gold, so I figured I would try that out. What was my third sample? Maybe it's only 2 samples. Did it used to be 3? I swear it used to be 3 samples. Anyways, just having some peppermint tea. I've said this in like every video because I filmed 4 videos in the past 2 days, but just in case my voice sounds weird or anything, I'm a little bit under the weather still. I'm going to use my YSL primer because I'm using the Pat McGrath foundation. I feel like bougie me bougie. This foundation was $90 Canadian. I think it's 68 American, which I'm like, that is a huge jump. Like, I reviewed the new Benefit foundation yesterday, you'll see that soon, and I think it was 30 American, 40 Canadian, and obviously the higher dollar amount you get, the bigger the jump is going to be in terms of conversion, but good lord, 90 to 68. Wow, Canada. Come on. So here we have her, the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Honestly, I didn't read any of the claims. I don't know a thing about it, but you influenced me. Basically, you're like, are you trying Pat McGrath? Are you trying Pat McGrath? So I'm like, I'm trying Pat McGrath. I don't care what she says about the foundation. I'm going to pick it up anyway. So buildable, perfecting coverage, weightless texture, sublime satin finish, runway tested, mother approved. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Universal formula for all skin types, oil-free. There's quite a few shades in this. Bougie packaging, which I'm glad about, but it's bougie but recyclable, which I enjoy. I hate when things are like just bougie for the sake of being bougie. I got the shade medium 17. We'll see. We will see. Really beautiful packaging. It comes with a pump. I'm gonna put it on with like my cheap Real Techniques sponge. But like Real Techniques is amazing. I'm sure Pat McGrath approves. I don't own many of her products. I have a lip liner. I have mini lipsticks that I got, I think, during the last sale. Okay, this looks really good. It's kind of like right off the bat reminding me of the NARS tinted moisturizer, just in the like good skin in a bottle kind of way, and I feel like this shade match looks good as well. I watched Kinky Sweat. A lot of you recommended her to me, and I can see why. She's fabulous. She's so good. So I know a lot of you use me and her as a shade reference, and I'd never used her as a shade reference. For some reason, like, she'd never come up in my searches, and then I remembered you'd mentioned her to me. How much am I getting in a bottle here? More than a fluid ounce, Pat? Please, Pat. 1.18, so a little bit more. There's a little bit of cat action down here on the ground, just in case you hear. That's what that is. This looks really good, but it looks quite shiny. But yeah, I'll obviously have to keep testing this foundation out. I'll do a full review. For the concealer that I'm using, it's the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and this has been out for a very long time, but every time I went to buy it, like in store, it was never, they never had my shade, and then I just never purchased it online. I think I always forgot, and I loved the old one, and that came in the tube, so I was curious to try this, and I love good old Shape Tape, or I did anyways. I haven't used it in a while. Oh, Sheath Thick with 2 C's. Oh, this is thick. I don't know. It feels like balmy almost. I have 34G medium golden. It's quite light. But I feel like in store this was the one that compared the most to my Shape Tape shade. I'm going to blend this out with a brush and then pat this out with my finger. This texture is interesting. I don't think I like this. Which I feel like I saw so many people saying good things about it. But it's like really shiny. Or something. It's like, ew. I don't think I like this. It's so weird. It's not the texture I expected at all. I guess I was expecting more like Shape Tape, but why would they come out with like 2 Shape Tapes? But I don't know. Let me know if you've tried this. Honestly, I'm going to take this off because it's kind of ruining my vibe here. It just looks so shiny, gave me no coverage, and I want to do like a bit of a darker eye look, and Pat has my face looking so good, and Tarte coming in here messing it all up. So I'm going to put on another concealer. I'm going to do my good old Too Faced. Another bougie item that I picked up is from Kevin Aucoin. Is that how you say it? For some reason I'm like doubting myself on how I say it. I've said it before a million times because I love his sculpting powder. But anyways, it is the Glass Glow Face. I tried to pick this up during the last sale. It was out of stock. Oh, out of stock. This is gigantic. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's a full fluid ounce. There's so much cat action, man, right now. Holy. Scratching post now. I was drinking water. I just stopped for like 5 minutes for like drinking and eating. I wanted to pick up the clear one because I thought that was the most interesting, but it looked like it had a little bit more of like a purplish iridescence to it, which looked amazing on lighter skin, but I feel like for me, I won't reach for it, but then I feel like this might be too bronze, so let us see. Yeah, she looks bronze. So thick texture. But could be amazing. Kevin knows what's up. He just launched a foundation balm as well, which sounds interesting. Let's pat this out. It's hard to say. I think I look quite glowy there, but I just look really greasy overall right now, honestly. So I put that concealer here and here, which I didn't remove from my face. So I think it looks really pretty. It definitely has a wet look to it, and it's not too dark and bronze. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and bring you in for the Jackie Aina Anastasia palette, which I think is so exciting, so gorgeous. I hadn't actually planned on purchasing it, but then I was like, you know what? I might as well. The Anastasia palettes always come out around the sale. I'm sure that's very much on purpose because I always end up picking one up, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and move you in and put this gorgeous palette on my eyeballs. So the first shade I'm going to use is this one up here, Ginger. It looks gorgeous. Let me know if you plan on picking up this palette. Have you picked it up? Literally the last thing I needed was an eyeshadow palette. Maybe the last thing I need is lip products, but also eyeshadow palettes. But they're just so appealing. Ooh, this is very pigmented. That's interesting. I feel like it looks so different on me than it does in the pan. I'm going to take a little bit of edges here. I know the exact shade I want to go all over the lid. I've seen people doing one shadow looks with a lot of these shadows and they translate beautifully. I wish I had Jackie Aina's lid space, I'll say that. So all over the lid I'm going to go with Wiggly's right here, this gorgeous kind of wine shade. Oh! Hello! Wow, that's with no extra primer. There's so... I'm still still sick. There's so many shades in here that are gorgeous lid shades, but wow, that is so much brighter than I expected it to be. I don't know if you can tell, but goodness me, that is beautiful. I thought it's much more red. I think that's why this makes it so good for deeper skin tones, is because there's certain shades that will have too much depth in them that when you put them on deeper skin, they really won't pop, but this will pop. This will pop. And then Jackie Aina loves her an inner corner highlight, so gotta do that. I'm gonna take the Soleil shade. I'm afraid it might be a little too dark, but ooh, wow. Everything is just like so much brighter and more vibrant than I expected it to be. Like, wow. I didn't see that coming. Okay, so I popped on a little liner. I used this one from Givenchy, the Liner Disturbia. Didn't impress me. I used, when I was doing my makeup earlier, the new L'Oreal liner. That was much better than this. I found this to be watery, hard to use, and not that black, so wouldn't spend my high-end dollars there. Then I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Eyelash Primer, as always, and the Hourglass Caution Mascara, which I really, really like. Now I got a bronze because I've got red on my eyes, I'm looking kind of fair, and I need to get some warmth back in my face. This is the Hoola Caramel, which is super warm. But look at that glow on my face. That is very pretty. And I feel like it's the kind of thing you could put on your body too. You get a ton of product in there. I mean, I wouldn't go using a ton of it because she's not cheap, but it's a really nice, interesting texture of highlighter. I thought it was going to be too thick. I don't have a new blush to use, but I will use this one from Cover FX, one of their monochromatic blush duos in Warm Honey. I don't think I've actually used this specific shade, but this line in general, every color is so pretty. The bronzers are nice too if you've been eyeing them. This is a really gorgeous kind of like neutrally, warmy, I don't know, kind of like matte copper tone-ish, reminds me of. Oh, I put on too much, I think. Really pretty. I haven't actually contoured my face in a very long time, so I figured I would do that today. I sent the Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury in medium dark, which I've never tried this. People love it, so I figured let's try it today. This is the NARS Aita brush. I used to contour all the time, especially the Kevin Aucoin. Kevin Aucoin? That's not right. Kevin, oh god. There's gonna be a million comments now about that. I know how to say it, I've just forgotten for some reason. I have not been sleeping well since I've been sick, so my brain is a little mush. This is really light. I feel like it's not really showing up, which I'm okay. Like, I want it to show up, but I would rather something be more buildable, especially when it comes to cooler tone contours. So I feel like this looks nice. The highlight's what I'm most curious about because I feel like it looks like a little orange almost. I really don't even need to add any glow because I'm still quite glowy from the liquid, but oh, that's actually very pretty. It's really warm, but not orangey as I had kind of expected. That's actually very pretty. And then for the lip, I don't have a new lip product, but I figured I would use a Pat McGrath. This one is in the shade Omi, which again, I picked this up last sale. It's one of the minis. So this is the finished look. I'm really happy with how it all came out. I did pick up a couple other things that I wanted to show you. The first is sent in this bag, which I appreciate. All from Sephora collection. Yeah, the last 3 things I got are all from Sephora collection. I feel like nobody ever talks about it, and they're launching stuff nonstop. Really cute stuff. Good price as well. This is the face, body, and hair oil. There's a bunch of different blends, I think. So this one is the jojoba protecting oil, and I thought it sounded really good. And it was, I think, $10 for face and body. I probably won't use this on my face, but I will definitely use this on my hair is kind of the plan. Then I picked this up. This is new, and I haven't tried the shade yet, but it is the Matte Perfection Tinted Moisturizer. I got this in the shade 12 Tweed. I'm pretty sure the stick that I wore from Sephora collection was in a 12, but then again, I don't know if like the shades correspond, so I'm gonna need to test this out. Normally I try and go into store first, but I was in Newfoundland and I didn't see this there, or they didn't have my shade or something. Ooh, looks like it's going to be a little bit dark. It's going to be a little bit dark for me. It's a pretty good match for my hand, but I can just tell you now it's going to be too dark for my face. But the texture seems interesting, and I haven't seen anybody talking about this. It says it's a mattifying tinted moisturizer, provides sheer to medium buildable coverage, and instantly moisturizes the skin. So that sounds like everything that I like, except for the fact it's not my shade. So I will have to exchange that for a shade that's mine. And then the last thing that I got, again, Sephora Collection Skincare. This is their brightening skin exfoliating scrub, and this sounded really interesting to me because it has not only things like the coconut and volcanic sand in there, but it also has some oils. So I thought that sounded interesting because it's kind of like a hydrating but also clarifying but also exfoliant. So it sounded really, really interesting to me. So I will give this a try. I'm definitely a fan of a more chemical exfoliation over physical exfoliation, but I still love me a physical exfoliation and I can't stay away. But does this actually have, oh yeah, it's got a little bit of grit to it, which I like. It's not the best. Some physical exfoliators will really like rip up your skin and cause micro tears, but oh God, I still just love that feeling. So I try not to do it too often, but that one seemed like a nice balance of the physical exfoliation and having some moisturizing ingredients in there too. But I feel like it's going to be something that's good for oily skin, but of course I'm going to need to test that out. So thank you so much for watching. So far, really impressed with the Jackie Aina palette and the McGrath foundation, but I will need to keep testing both of them out. And the Kevin Aquan highlighter is really beautiful too. That Tarte concealer, I don't know what's going on there, but it was an absolute nightmare. I'm gonna have to try that out again. Didn't like the Givenchy liner either, even though it wasn't part of the haul. But yeah, pretty good. I haven't done like a kind of a red eye look like this in a while, and I'm really feeling it. I mean, it doesn't compare to the looks that I've been seeing on Instagram. Like, don't you ever feel like sometimes you see people create these looks? Not only do they create the looks, but then they can take gorgeous photos of the look. Like, even on my best, sometimes I'm like, I look amazing, and then I go to take pictures, and it's just an absolute tragedy. I'm like, how do these people do it? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!